Marylanders distressed over family fighting on front lines for Israel in wake of Hamas deadly attacks. Baltimore, many people in Maryland have relatives fighting on the front lines in Israel. Those who have loved ones in the Israel Defense Forces are coming together to support each other. Hopefully, he will be able to remain in contact, but we know that may be impossible at some point, said Mitchell Bard, whose son is with the Israel Defense Forces. Bard's son moved from Maryland to Israel and trained with an elite paratrooper unit which was called to active duty after the Hamas attacks. That's terrifying for us as parents, but at the same time, it fills us with pride to know that he's willing to risk his life for his country, Bard said. We were filled with a combination of pride and trepidation. He went through his training for about 2.5 years as a combat medic in the paratroopers. Baltimore City Council member Zeke Cohen is another Marylander concerned about his loved ones in Israel. He said that on Sunday his cousins were called up as reservists in the Israeli military. For me, this is deeply personal, Cohen said. My cousins are some of the sweetest, kindest, most gentle people you've ever met. For me, it's really terrifying to see what's happening over there and to know that they are in harm's way. Cohen calls the Hamas attacks on Israel deeply painful. For the Jewish people, trauma and violence and genocide is unfortunately too much a part of our history, and so to see it happening again, I've got to tell you, was just deeply painful, and to know it was my family, my cousins who I love and care about from the bottom of my heart, who are on the front line, who are facing real imminent danger. It really hurts. Israel was attacked last weekend by Hamas, a Palestinian militant organization, leaving hundreds dead and even more wounded. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and senior opposition figure Benny Gantz have created a wartime cabinet after years of bitter divisions, as the country pounds the Gaza Strip with unrelenting retaliatory airstrikes that have killed hundreds in the Hamas-ruled Palestinian territory. So many families in Baltimore, in Maryland, and across the world right now are experiencing this deep sense of fear, uncertainty and anger because this should not have happened, Cohen said. Cohen said he is comforted by the large show of support from his community, including at the packed vigil he attended at Beth Philo Synagogue in Pikesville. It's what I love about Baltimore, is we are a people when our backs are against the wall, we stand together, Cohen said. There were thousands of people last night. I've talked to so many folks who ask, how's your family doing? It means the world to me. As Maryland keeps a close eye on the front lines of war, the concern is elevated for those who have loved ones battling for Israel. That lack of knowledge about where he is and what he's doing puts our anxiety level up to an 11 or higher, Bard said. There's always the fear that not only could you be seriously injured or killed but taken hostage. My prayers are with Israel, my prayers are with the Jewish state, Cohen added. My prayers are with my family, and I'm also praying for the innocent people in Gaza who are also being directly impacted by this chaos and carnage. Time equals 400 ms, greater than the confirmed death toll of U.S. citizens in the war has risen to 22.